Welcome back. So, Ahsan, Pakistan had a really good game, in the later half of the innings, but Asif Ali's place remains questionable because he played another irresponsible shot. So, do you think that he might lose his place in the next match against India?
I mean, if you ask me, I would persist with him. It is because of the roles that have been allotted to players. I mean, this is Asif Ali's role to sort of go down in the lower middle order and whack the ball away. And of course, you have to question, the logical reasoning behind what he did last night. Of course, when you have hit a six, there was no need to go for another one, especially against a bowler like Rashid Khan. But if you ask me, he has had a very good 1.5 last year. I mean, he was fantastic in the PSL. He played brilliant cricket in the List A and first class as well. Then he had a good outing in the Zimbabwe series as well. I mean, he scored a 50 on that tour. So you have to sort of give him another chance. And it is more about sitting with him and telling him that, okay, we have given you a role of a pinch hitter, but that doesn't mean that you go and sort of try to whack at everything. You have to sort of give respect to good ball as well, because last night, had he stayed on the wicket for 5 to 6 more balls, and if he would have hit a couple of more sixes, things would have been much easier for Pakistan.
So, considering the fact that Shadab did not play in the last match and he might be available in the next match, so who you will replace him with?
Haris Sohail. It has to be Haris Sohail because look, I mean, I know India are very good players of spin, but you have to sort of now realize that these are the spin friendly wickets. I mean, now they're at the same time people are questioning the reason behind sending 6 fast bowlers to UAE. And the reason why Pakistan went with Haris Sohail, one of the factors was that he could chip in with his spin. So now Pakistan has realized the necessity of playing spinners, and I think that in the next match they should go in with Nawaz and Shadab, 2 specialist spinner, and with Malik sort of chipping in with 5-6 overs.
But don't you think that will actually weaken the batting lineup as well? Because Haris Sohail's inclusion was, again, the idea behind that inclusion was to strengthen the batting unit.
But look, it is okay. So let's take a scenario. You can have batsmen till the number 8. And if none of them is performing, then what's the point of having such depth in the batting lineup? It is when you have to win matches. It is your core batting unit, that is the top order and the middle order, that has to perform, right? Yesterday, we saw how Afghanistan curated partnerships. There were 250-run partnership for the 3rd and 4th wicket. It was their core batting group performing. Same was the case with Pakistan. After Pakistan lost Fakhar Zaman, there was a 154-run partnership, and 2 of your top order batsmen were scored more than 50, and that is why you won. It is not like if your top order is not performing, Haris Sohail or someone else from the middle order can go and sort of take things away from the opposition.
Yeah.
From the very first player, there has to be a batting contribution. And when we come to Shadab Khan, Shadab is pretty much of an all-rounder now. And you have to make sure that you have to restrict the opposition as well. And the ball that he bowled to Rohit Sharma in the previous game, it was a beautiful delivery. And these are the sort of wickets where he can provide you important wickets in the middle overs. So I think you have to go with Shadab Khan, and I think if you ask me, I would swap him with Haris Sohail.
So let's talk about Pakistan's bowling, Ahsan. Pakistan's bowling was again very mediocre, to say the least. We considered 257 runs, which was again a little too much for our liking.
Right.
And that's why Sarfaraz's reaction at the end of the innings was like, okay, we considered a little too much, a little too many runs for us to chase. So what do you think about Pakistan's bowling attack, especially without the likes of Amir and Shadab who went in yesterday, and Fahim Ashraf?
Yeah, I mean, look, Pakistan bowled pretty well in the first 10-12 overs. It was when the catches started to go down, the whole morale of the team sort of went down. This is actually what happens. The bowler is dependent on the fielders. One bad ball, if a fielder is able to stop it, if the fielder is able to stop a boundary of a bad ball, it sort of lifts the whole unit. And that is what we have seen in the past. A good stop by Shadab Khan or anyone else at the point area, the whole team sort of running to him, cheering him up, and we saw that power, that sort of energy in the unit. That was something missing. Of course, when the catches start to go down, it sort of puts a lot of pressure on the bowlers as well. I mean, there was one time that, you know, everything that went in the air, that was being dropped. So that actually takes a great toll on the bowlers. And of course, you know, Pakistan could have ended on a much better note than they did. Unfortunately, first of all, Shaheen could have sort of walked out with a 5-wicket haul on his debut had the 3 catches been taken. And then when Shaheen dropped Shahidi in the 43rd over, after that there was sort of no coming back from that point.
Ahsan, we will talk about more about Shaheen Afridi's performance after the break.